And you can record it in cloud. Yes.
Okay, Vetriji, thank you so much. And very good morning, one and all.
Good morning, sir. Sorry, sir. You can make Vetri sir as a co-host, sir. I'm co-host only. Yeah, thank you.
So we all are host and co-host here, but just let's complete the formality. And we are ready to start another powerful day. Great. So very good morning once again. And this is Conan Shaidi welcoming you all to another empowering morning conversation with Sukhdeepak Malwai. Today, sir is busy with another program, so we will carry on today's conversation and we will ensure that we do have another powerful day with full of ease, joy, and glory. So let me share my screen. I had prepared something, which is, where is that?
Kurenji, sorry to interrupt. While you're preparing, can we do little laughter exercise? So let me guide.
Yes, sir, please.
Great.
Yes.
Once again, good morning to all the wonderful, magnificent, and extraordinary people. Let's create the feeling what we want. Let us create the happy feeling. Sir has given us a secret tool. Before doing the tool, we will do little exercise to our face, like Q-E-Q-O. You have to tell 3 times. Ready? Start. Q-E-Q-O. 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 Amazing, amazing. When I say 1, 2, 3, you have to laugh 100% without making noise and give it a try. It's going to do magic for the day. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, Kurenji. Over to you.
That's the power of energy. That's the power of laughter. And that's the power of all of us. And we have learned this tool from Sukhdeepak Malwai that whatsoever emotion we want to create, we can create. And that's the power we have within. So let's start the conversations. And thank you, Vetriji, for helping us to make laugh and start the day with a beautiful laughter. And what else can be better than this? Great. So welcome once again, Gautam ji, Hasina ji, Prem ji, Shakti ji, Samina ji, Niti ji, Ashok ji, Gautam, another Gautam ji. We have 2 Gautam today. And we have Sagar Acharya, Shiprasad Garu, Jigar Soni behind the camera, but we all are listening this conversation and we are ready to participate actively. And why? Because we believe that it's another powerful day and another opportunity for all of us to become the best version of ourselves. So let me share the screen so that we can let the audience know if you're watching this on YouTube, if you are watching this on Facebook, or if you're watching wherever you are, if not presently in this room. Every morning we gather here and we have the conversation with the agenda, with the focus that we stop blaming and start living with Sukhdeepak Malwai. And today is 413th session, 31st May 2022. And why do we do this? Because we all believe that all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And this is the success mantra given by Access Consciousness. And this is the mantra which we all follow. And this is the mantra we all believe in. Because as you all know that if we have to live our life, we have the choice to live with complete ease, joy, and glory. Because we all, as an individual, infinite being, we have the power to choose our point of view, and we have the power to choose that everything comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Let me quickly explain what exactly the meaning of ease, joy, and glory, and then we'll have this conversation forward. When we say ease, ease is basically a sense of a space and a refusal to buy everybody's else point of view, or the problems, or the pain, or the suffering, or all the negativity. So we all here, we don't believe that we have to buy the negativity or the suffering or pain of others. It exists. That's how we live in the world, full of negativity, bombarding every moment. But we practice here that we don't get impacted because of those bombardments of negativity. And we ensure that we create a sense of a space so that we refuse to accept those negativity. And that creation of ease helps to live a wonderful, beautiful life of joy. And what is joy? Joy is nothing but living with full of lively energy. Just now, what Vetri and we all did, the laughter exercise. That's the power. We can create joy, that lively energy. It is also having some sense of peace to it, because when you are having a sense of ease, bringing joy, then that leads to glory. And glory is nothing but, as Sir has told many times, it's exuberant expression of abundance. And we all believe that as an infinite being, we all have abundance of everything. So this is what this success mantra of Access Consciousness, it is a bit different from typical affirmation. We don't believe in that, because we believe that when we live our life with this success mantra, we recognize that life can be good, life can be bad, life can be ugly at times. So every time when we say this mantra, we are stepping beyond this reality, and we don't just separate from the bad or difficulties or challenges, but we are actually willing to have good, bad, ugly, whatever life shows up, with ease, joy, and glory. So that's the beauty of this mantra, and that's what I would like you all to further discuss on this, so that we explore more what exactly is this. Let me share this screen again so that we can take this session forward. So this is what all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And every morning, to achieve this, what do? We practice various tools, and we ensure that we shift from survival to create mode. And we all know what exactly is the survival is nothing but blaming, complaining, negativity, resistance, and all such things. So we practice here to shift from that survival to create mode, and we have the power to create. We dissipate negativity. We don't believe in that, while we create the possibility. We are the possibility seekers. And for that, we use our focus, energy, attention in a powerful manner to choose and being non-judgmental. And that's how we live our life. So today, the question what we'll be discussing how do you create ease, joy, and glory? What exactly we do to create ease, joy, and glory? But all these three are important, time-taking subject, but we'll discuss only today ease. How do you create ease? We have the power to create. So how do you create ease? Let's discuss so that we can know more about this and we practice to inculcate in our day-to-day activities to ensure that we choose ease and we have the life full of ease, which is leading to joy and then glory. Okay, so who will start? Shiv Prasad Garuji, please go ahead, sir. The question is, how will you create ease?
Sir, good morning. I believe that it should come in a natural way. Definitely we can create, but I strongly believe it should come in a natural way, the ease. And when you stop judging, there's a very influential tool. If you stop judging, you can create ease. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Let's have this conversation because as you rightly mentioned, the question what we have to ask ourselves that if it comes naturally, what we are supposed to do, because when we are in the default mode, we have the habit of resisting, we have the habit of avoiding. So in a specific moment, when, for example, you are dealing with your employees, Shiv Prasad ji, or if you're dealing with your family members, how will you ensure that joy comes automatically? What we will do, what specifically you will do, what action you will take?
I always smile. My first reaction is smile.
Wow, that's one of the good methods to, because when you smile, ultimately there is acceptance of other individual, and that's what sir has also told, that when we are in the state of allowance, when we are accepting the other human being, same like me, same like us, and same like the creation of God, or if you go deeper, if we see the God within the person, then we have that alignment, the allowance, the acceptance, and also the situation. If there are certain challenging moments which we believe that some negativity is happening, if we accept that, then we create joy. We don't resist, we accept it as is. So smiling is a wonderful tool, I believe. So thank you, sir. What else would you like to do or can do, sir?
I think Shakti is going to answer that.
Shakti will answer. Okay, that's Shakti ji, over to you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Sir used to tell us, right? Every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of ourselves. Every time, if you are thinking that everything will be to total ease, that will be there. The second thing is stop judging. Third one will be in allowance. Fourth one will be in always in the awareness states. If you are going to the default mode, just remind yourself, come back to be in present. That will help us with total ease, sir.
Yeah, that's good, wonderful. But let's be a specific, Shakti ji. Like, what exactly happened in that moment, and what action we are supposed to take?
Sir, if I'm struggling for some stuff, for example, in office situation, if some issues are going on, immediately I will react, normal ways. Now, I used to tell that, okay, that's an interesting point of view, why I need to react.
True.
So most probably it's an awareness.
Yeah.
That's the most important tool, sir.
Yeah.
If you are in awareness state and conscious state, I think we can get everything with total ease.
Yeah. Awareness,
Yeah.
awareness of what?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on inside?
Yeah.
Whether I'm reacting or resisting. I'm doing the proper communication. If I ask the question to myself, then I will get an answer.
True. So awareness of basically the thoughts that the mind, which is creating unease by creating some sort of thoughts. So
Yes.
the focus should be not to get controlled by the thoughts, but be aware of the thoughts and then take action, as Shakti mentioned, and all the tools, so that we don't get disturbed by the thoughts while we manage the thoughts, and not letting the thoughts stop you to be in ease. That's a good point.
Then another powerful tool is, who does this belongs to? 99% it's not ours. So first we can ask that question, then we can look into this another tool.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So would you like to elaborate more? What happens during that moment?
When I'm asking who does this belongs to, if it is belongs to me, then I will feel heavy. Then I can go and discreate that by using discretion exercise. If I'm feeling light, it's not belongs to me, then I can tell that I'm sending to the center with consciousness attached. Then it will release from me.
Yes, that's a very powerful tool. And if we look into all these moments, what I have understood is all about the thoughts which our minds keeps on curating, and we have to be aware of that. And when we feel lighter, then we are at ease. So whenever we are feeling heavy, we have to be aware that, oh, I am feeling heavy because of certain thoughts, and these thoughts or this energy belongs to whom, and then send it back with complete consciousness and start feeling lighter. So when we start feeling lighter, we are at ease. Thank you, Shakti ji, to making all of
Thank
us
you, sir.
at ease. Let's listen from Vetri ji.
Thank you, Gunesh, and a special thanks to Sakti. How lucky we are getting this great input from running train, metro train from Hong Kong. Great, Sakti. We salute your commitment. We salute your dedication towards our group and your attitude of sharing. Thank you very much for that. Gunesh, I would like to share something thought from my side. You started conversation how to create ease, and after listening to that, I realized that this itself is like a kind of a question where it takes you to wherever you want, ultimate life. Amazing in that single word. And it is such a coincidence that I have read something today, which is kind of a coincidence and relate to this. Before answering your question, I just want to make a little clarity. How to create ease? Of course, we say without learning, don't react, don't resist, and being non-judgmental is a way to ease. Of course, we know that we are working on it. My question, which I want to think a little more, is why do we judge? Why do we react? Why do we resist? It's because there is something stored in our mind already, some contamination, where that makes us to act like this. And the reading which I said morning, it says this way. Mind, the natural quality is our mind. It's meditative, it's contemplative, it's concentration. Our mind can concentrate anything. That is how our forefathers, sitting in the ground, measured the planets, distances, everything. So the mind has got all the power. But why it is not able to feel ease? Because it is not pure. A lot of contamination is being added, knowingly or unknowingly, because of the situation. So what all the modalities in the world, what all the religion, as per my understanding, is telling us, helping us to purify this mind. Once this mind is purified, no, it is like a water, it can reflect the gold or a diamond inside. The whole purpose of reaching to ease or how to create ease is just purifying the mind. Whatever be the modality you follow it. And one of successful modalities, access consciousness, like Sakti told, lot of tools. So once you start to purify your mind, you will start to reflect. That is what ease, according to me. Over to you, Kunanji. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. It's very powerful. And this is what we do practice every morning with Sukhdeepak Malwai in this empowering morning conversations. We practice, we learn, and then we implement to make it sure that every moment whatsoever we are living our life is not in the default mode of complaining or blaming or resistance, but we know that we as an infinite being, we have the power to choose our action based on the awareness of our thoughts, because ultimately the seeds are in the thoughts. And as some experts say that every day we get almost 60 to 70,000 different thoughts. So let them keep on coming, and let them treat them as a visitor and let them go. So when we are aware of the thoughts, and when we know that what kind of thoughts can contaminate our process of thinking and taking action, and when we are aware that this thought is something which will not give me the ease, joy, and glory, then we can choose, we can pick, and then take action accordingly. Because ease is the free flow like water, as Vetri explained. With ease, space, and all such a smooth flow, if you feel like you are just floating, you are accepting, you are not in the resistance, you are not in the avoidance, you are letting everything comes easily, whether it is good, bad, or ugly, whatsoever it is, let it come, feel at ease. So the question what we are discussing today, for those who joined this conversation a bit late, sir is not today here. He is busy in one of the program. So we are having conversations to understand that how can we create ease, joy, and glory, and specifically ease. What action we are supposed to take to ensure that all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And I can see some pictures of yesterday with Ratan sir, Ashok sir, and all. They were creating a moment of ease, happiness, pleasure. So let's listen from Ratanji. Sir, what do you do to create ease in that moment, sir?
Like I said yesterday, I just mildly close my eyes and let the energy come from all sides. Just be in the receiving mode energetically. I don't put any thoughts and I don't resist any thoughts. Let it come, let it go. It's like just imagine you are standing on a beach and the waves come and go. And when the wave is going back, you feel as if you're going to lose your balance. But in a second, you're back to your position, and let the waves come and go. And just to enjoy, be an observer. That's my philosophy.
Yeah, that's so profound. But what do you do, sir, if the other human beings are doing or taking some action which might not be as per your expectation, or which might be annoying you? It happens very commonly in our life.
Yeah, but again, it's like a wave that is coming and disturbing me. But if I hold my ground and just let the wave come, go back, it goes back to the universe. I don't interfere. I don't let it disturb me. Just like you say, like we say here, we be in allowance. It has to go. The wave has come, the wave has to go. But if you resist, if you hold on to the wave, like a good surfer knows which wave to avoid and which wave he can, catch the wave and, on the sky, the board, the board he takes and enjoy the wave. But you have to know which is a too small a wave. Don't let it go. Wait for the big wave to come and enjoy with it the diving, the board that they use to surfing board. So you have to be like you're on a surfing board, and it's up to you to enjoy each wave that you want to. In the beginning you do it on the small waves also, but as the surfer progresses, he lets the small wave go, be in one position, and when the big wave comes, he enjoys the surfing.
True. Yeah, so profound, sir. And this is what Sudipak Malwai has also keeps on telling us with this access mantra. All of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. That and we have recognized, and we all know that life can be good, life can be bad, life can be ugly at times. So that's how nature has designed, and that's how the world is working, and that's how we find the people around us. So it can be good, it can be bad, it can be ugly. So what we practice here is that to having the willingness, as Ratanji explained in the analogy of waves. So we all have the willingness to have good, bad, and ugly, whatever life shows up, with ease, joy, and glory. So let the wave comes, let the things comes to us with the negativity or with the certain different energy. But we, as an infinite being, we have the power to accept everything, good, bad, and ugly, with ease, joy, and glory. So when we are in that mind state, in that specific moment or every moment, then it's a wonderful life with ease, easy flow. Thank you, sir, for helping us to understand more.
One more second. Sukdeepak has gifted me a book yesterday, and it's called "Money Isn't the Problem, You Are."
Wow.
So every situation, the situation is not the problem. We are, when we block it, we resist it, and we want it our way. We just have to be accepting the nature's way and go with it, go with the flow.
And what is your target, sir, when you complete reading this book?
Nothing, just keep on receiving more and more energy. That's all.
Okay, fine.
Nothing, no target. Then target itself becomes a block.
Okay. But we would like to listen more about this book. If you have gone through, whenever you feel, if you can take one session,
Sure.
Share your thoughts.
We'll do middle of next month.
Right. Vetriji, please make a note and block the date.
Yeah.
Noted, Gunenji.
Fine. So let's take this conversation forward. We are discussing today how can we create ease in our life, and what action we are supposed to take in that specific moment. So very beautifully explained by Ratanji, very beautifully explained by Siprasad, Reddy Garu, Shakti ji, and Vetri. So let's have another different point of view so that we can learn from each other, because the purpose of this empowering morning conversation is to having conversation, having sharing of our point of views, ideas, and the thoughts, so that we can learn from each other and we move our life with ease, joy, and glory. So who else? Gautam ji was there on the screen. May I request Gautam ji to please come on the camera and share your thoughts. How will you create ease in your life, sir?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning,
I try to understand the situation when it's coming, maybe favorable, maybe stress situation. Try to understand is very important, and keeping cool. Try to absorb. Allowance is the main thing, and using the technology allowance, and that helped me to be more ease. And that doing this practice, nothing is possible which appears to be like that. So it helps me thinkingly, and that all of life come to me with ease, joy, glory that I uttered several times. It makes me cool, calm, expanded. And doing the practice, I am not 100% successful. Doing the practice, trying to cope up with the situation. It is full of negativity surrounding us. But still, we have to practice. We have to be ease mode and joy and glory. Of course, one thing that is give me on my, that is I do photography. When I looking through this eyepiece of the whole of a camera, then my total concentration goes on that. So all the others, others thought like that, it goes off and focus in one point like that. My mind take up, especially when I'm doing this environmental photography, taking the photo of the animal also, it helps me come to a ease situation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. This reminds me the focus. And I remember Sukdeepak Malviya sir has told us on many occasions that life is nothing but the collection of experiences. So most often we like the pleasant experiences, but we don't, sometimes we don't like the negative experiences. But sir has told us that let's welcome all the experiences, whether it is positive or negative or whatsoever. And because if you focus on the negativity or the hurt, like if you are putting your camera with the focus on what is the suffering, what is the pain, then we attract more suffering, we attract more pain. But when we focus on the lessons, when we focus on what is the message for me in this moment, if the experience is negative or unpleasant, then we continue to grow. We create more powerful energy because we focus on the message at that moment universe is giving to us with that experiences. So focus matters a lot. So I'm taking from this conversation of Gautam ji is that the focus on the learning, focus on the message, focus on what is there for me to become the better version of myself, instead of complaining, reacting, avoiding, rejecting, and looking into the hurt or suffering or the pain. So that way, if we shift our focus, we can create ease. That's what Gautam ji is doing. Anything else would you like to add, Gautam ji? What exactly you do when something hurts you?
I try to absorb the situation. I try to hurts me, which and I try to see in another angle why he told me this word. If the situation like that, few days back, my grandson was suffering due to flu infection. She got the vaccinated, was suffering, but it's eye fever, and that is life. But we accept like that. It is a life. We have to accept it, and we start to thinking that is we have two mind, conscious and subconscious mind, and this subconscious mind is dominated by genie. The Aladdin. This is having the lamp. Genie is your servant. Subconscious mind is your servant. So if I start thinking that is all bad thing, it also it comes in subconscious mind and it's bring all the bad thing. But if I start thinking that it is a life, it is a disease or suffering, it will be okay. And slowly it is a get little better turn, and he recover, and this situation is we overcome, and he is going to school and is swimming, doing the swimming or like that. So this is a practical problem I faced few days back. It really helped, and that this what you telling, they say keep a high spirit, belief on myself or ourselves, not myself, it's ourself, strong belief. This problem came and it will be today, tomorrow it will be to solve, and then the happy mood will come. So that way it helps to like that to come in the normal situation. That's the way we are doing.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And this is what in this world we all as a human being, we can't claim that we are pure or perfect. I am perfect, and other human being is not perfect. Or so if you look into the mistakes of others, we will living alone, which is not practically possible. So as Gautam ji said that don't judge the people in that moment, and
Yes.
instead of judging, give love, give affection, give compassion, give empathy. So with that, we can create the moment of ease. So the question what we are discussing today is that if we are having certain difficulties, some situations, how we will create ease in that moment. So thank you so much, Gautam ji. Let's listen from Abhinav Mathur. Abhinav ji, please go ahead, sir. Share your thoughts.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, good morning, everyone. What a beautiful question. See, see, life is actually life is full of ease only. We are the ones who make it difficult, and we are the ones who make it full of struggle. Actually, life is full of ease. And how we make it full of? First, by bringing in judgments, number one. Number two, by comparison. And number three, by not being present to the aim of life. So how judgments bring in, something happens. So this should not happen. Imagine I'm driving my car and someone shouts at me. This should not happen. This should not happen. So now this is a judgment. He shouts, fine. Matter over. So by judgment, or suppose I'm trying to trying to earn a certain amount. If I don't earn, then I will no, this is not right. That's a judgment. Or how my wife should behave with me, how the world should behave with me, how my children should behave with me, how should I behave with myself. All these are judgments. And if we can just put aside all the judgments and get present to the life, then the life is full of ease. And secondly is, of course, comparison. Whatever you do, if we compare that, so I may say I'm better than somebody, that is also a comparison. Or if I say I'm worse than somebody, someone is better than me, that is also a comparison. Then, all the ease will go out of my life. If I'm present to whatever I have, or whatever I have in my life is, like all the religious books says, whatever God gives you, just be thankful for that. So that is clear about the purpose of my life. So by the end of the day, what is the purpose of life is actually for everybody. If you just sit with somebody, and if you really distinguish, so everybody's purpose of life is to be happy, to be fulfilled, to make a difference. So that is the purpose of to be satisfied. So if that is the purpose of life, then we waste so much of our time doing things which we need not even do. So I think if clarity about the final purpose of life, then life will be full of ease. We are the ones who create difficulties and struggle. Actually, life is full of ease. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Abhinavji. But if you would like to share with us, what action do you take if you find the behavior of other persons not as per your expectation. So what exactly you do, sir?
That if, see, first of all, so I get present to that this is my expectation. You know, if someone behaves in a certain way, and if that behavior is not as per my expectation, then, starting point, it is my expectation. The world will behave the way they want to behave. So I have to get present to this is my expectation that the other person should behave in this way. And I accept the way the other person is behaving. And then I get present to what is my, what is my original intention and take action accordingly.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's my expectation. It's my expectation.
Yeah.
The world has a right to behave the way they want to behave. See, most of the time the world is reacting. So if someone, see, I will give you a love. See, you live in Dubai, right? So I went to Pakistan once, and everybody behaved with me nicely. Now you live in Dubai. I've been to Dubai and Bahrain and all Middle East so many times. You interact with Pakistanis all the time there, right? Do you forget that they are Pakistanis? Right. But when I spoke to some other people, he was so nice, he was not nice. So people actually relate to how you behave. So if people perceive that you are a person full of love, then that is how they will react to you. If people perceive that you are nasty, then others will also be nasty with you. So what to complain about?
True. So what we are learning from this conversation and what Abhinavji just shared is that people will always behave differently. So we are not supposed to get disturbed because of the other's behavior, and the tool what sir has given to us, that in that specific moment, the other person has his or her own point of views. And because of the other person's behavior, if I am getting some anger or some sort of reaction, that is my point of views. So we have to remind us that it's just an interesting point of view. That person's and even mine is just an interesting point of views. And we have to be aware that in actual life, good, bad, ugly, everything will show up, but we have to willingly accept with ease, joy, and glory in the allowance, as beautifully explained by Ratanji in the form of waves. Let it come, let it go, and be at ease. So power is within us to choose what exactly the way we respond to the negativity of the worlds. And when we choose to respond with ease, joy, and glory, that's the moment. So thank you, Abhinavji. So let's listen from who else?
And sorry, I just want to add to it. And of course, there will be times then you will need a guru. Someone like Sudeepak ji, people like you will need a guru. And there will not be times when you will be enlightened all the time. There will be times that you will need a guru. There will be situations when people you love, you will see harming your own relatives will be taking actions which will be harming themselves. See, because no one can harm you because you can always take care of yourself. But there will be, imagine people you love, care about so much, and they will be taking actions and they will be harming themselves. And then what to do about it? When you try to talk to them, then they will be nasty with you. So you need a good, then you talk to somebody like Sudeepak ji, someone like you, Ratanji. I don't think no, like वो क्या कहते हैं कि जैसे हम हिंदुओं में बोलते हैं ना, no one is like सर्वगुण संपन्न like Lord Rama, and जैसे like in Islam say पैगंबर Muhammad was the perfect. So no, none of us is perfect. We will need people's support.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, I
Thank you,
just-
Abhinavji. We all need guidance. We all need support. And that's what we do every morning with Sukhdeepak Malwai in Empowering Morning Conversations. We ensure that we become habituated to think and take action in a specific manner by using all the tools to ensure that all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. And today, in 413th session, we are discussing with the question that how can I create ease in my life? So wonderful sharing has been done and different point of views that what action we can take to create ease. So let's listen from someone else as well. If you want to participate, please do share your experience, your thoughts, what exactly you do to create ease in your life in a specific moment. Vetri, you want to?
Kunalji, yes, I just want to add to the conversation, Kunalji. I'm just getting a thought. If you're aligning yourself with nature more, there is a way to ease. We become too much busy or on our regular duty or whatever be the things. When we take time for ourselves and be with nature, even watching, some people say when you are stressed, watching the fish tank itself is giving you a little ease. And playing with the garden and nurturing the garden, or else just walking in the park. Anything you do with nature is another way of being with ease. That's what I'm just getting.
Would you like to elaborate more, Vetri, with example, with the alignment and allowance with the nature?
Because it is like everything is from nature, and our nature inside is like we started with, it's pure mind, has got all the ease qualities, but all the problems are added on. We knowingly or unknowingly we accumulated all those stuffs. When we go back to the nature, even for a moment, that's why all the paths have been created. I understand that way. When you go back from your built house to a natural scenery, some walk in the grass or get into the trees, something like that, then you will start to feel the ease.
Yep, makes sense. And this reminds me, I think once Sukhdeepak Malwai sir has said that our mind is a beautiful servant, but same time it's a dangerous master. And we have to be aware of that. And that's what in the beginning of this conversation, when we are discussing that, what exactly happens in that moment when we are not at ease. So some sort of thoughts mind creates, and then we get distracted, and then we start having the point of view, and we take action of avoiding and resistance and blaming and complaining. So when we are aware of the thoughts which mind is creating and ensure that it doesn't become the monster, but it becomes a beautiful servant, while we observe what exactly the thought is there, and then we choose to create a thought which creates the ease in our life in that moment. So that way we can have the life full of ease, joy, and glory. So let's listen from who else? Niti ji is a bit silent today. If you are okay, ma'am, please come on camera, share your thoughts. I can see Subhash Wadhwa ji joining us. I have not met him earlier, so I would like to welcome you all, Subhash ji, on this platform. Nice to see you. Would you like to?
I'm listening after, I'm participating after a very long time. There was a break. And I find a very good way of saying, because the situation is not created by us, but by others. So how to react and respond to that, it's a very good way you told. And earlier also, I think Sukhdeepak ji had said that it is not the action, but the reaction which is more important. I do not know sometimes how to control our reaction, or how to modulate our reaction. The reaction sometimes comes quickly. There is a action, somebody has said something which I don't like. If I keep quiet, things would have been okay. But I don't keep quiet at that time. I do react, which spoils the matter further. So I would like to know from you or others, at that situation, how can we control or modulate so that we don't react negatively and the things don't worsen further? We are able to satisfy ourselves and the other party also. I'm putting the question to you or suggestion from others on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Subhashji. I think it's a very pertinent question, and we do all face this moment. And since so many days with Sukhdeepak Malwai, who has experience of 45 plus years of transforming the human lives, he is giving us many tools, sir. And his mantra is that stop blaming, start living. And there are various techniques he has taught us. And every morning we gather here in empowering morning conversation with him at 7 a.m. Indian time. So I request you to please keep on joining us every day. But to answer your question, what exactly you are supposed to do, we learn here not to react, but respond by having the awareness of our thoughts. And we practice it so that it happens automatically. So it's a matter of practicing how to manage that moment. And instead of reacting, we respond by choosing possibility and the choices and non-judgmental approach. I think to answer your question, Sri Prasad Garu would like to start. And then I'll request Ratanji also to share his thought. How does he manage? Prasadji, please go ahead.
Simple tool is think in your mind that it is his point of view and accept with allowance. That's all.
Yeah. So what Sri Prasad Garu is telling Subhash ji is that if any person is telling something or behaving in a certain way, that is his point of views, some sound coming from his mouth. So it's just a sound, it's just a word. It's not going to kill or harm us. So if we are aware that it's just his thought, his point of view, his sound, and then we observe and then choose to respond with our thoughts, our words. So let's listen from Ratanji. Ratanji, if this is the situation what Subhash Wadhwa sir explained, the knee-jerk reaction, the instant reaction to take something if someone is behaving differently, what do you suggest?
My thought on this is take a pause and then respond. So there are two ways to take a pause. Ask them, is this what you meant to say? And then that give you a space to how to react. Instead of reacting immediately, put a question to them or let them clarify what they said. Please repeat. I didn't understand. Please repeat what you said. So that gives you a few seconds, half a second, 1 second to respond. And then another way is like we have heard many times here, interesting point of view, say it loudly or in your mind and then respond. Or just say, so you get that 1-2 seconds to respond. So we are basically learning, don't react immediately. You know, like they say, if you're angry, have a glass of water. By the time the wave is gone, the heat wave is gone, you're angry, but you don't want to show it. If it's your boss, you cannot show it. If it's your spouse, you cannot respond. So take a pause, and then either to respond or not to respond, again, is your choice. You don't have to respond every situation that comes to you. Or I just say somebody says, you're this, you're that. I say, thank you, and just walk away. So
Yeah, it's a very-
no argument. Don't argue with anybody. You know, either you respond or don't respond, but respond with attention, or just say thank you. If that's your point of view, thank you. And then they have no way to argue, no more space to argue. That's how I do it.
Yeah, thank you Ratan ji. And before I request Shakti ji, Subhash ji, हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि गुस्से के वक्त थोड़ा रुक जाने से और गलती के वक्त थोड़ा झुक जाने से जिंदगी आसान हो जाती है। तो गुस्सा तो सभी को आता है सर, लेकिन गुस्से के वक्त थोड़ा रुक जाएं, जैसा कि रतन जी ने बोला कि गिव ए पॉज। और हम तो इंसान हैं, गलती तो हमसे भी होती है, दूसरे से भी हो सकती है। तो गलती के वक्त थोड़ा सा झुक जाएं तो जिंदगी आसान हो जाती है। तो यही दो चीज होती है, कभी गुस्सा आता है किसी की गलती से, so give a pause, think, and also sir has told us that most of the time we put our we look into the other people by thinking that the person is not good. तो हमें ये भी सोचना चाहिए कि वो भी इंसान है, भगवान ने उसे भी बनाया है, हमारी तरह है। तो हम अपना प्यार, we give love, compassion, empathy. So when we start thinking or looking to the person from different way, we feel differently, sir. So in that moment, when we change the way of thinking, दूसरे इंसान को अपनी तरह समझे, प्यार मोहब्बत से देखें, तो फिर वो रिएक्शन नहीं होता है, वो एक प्यार भरा रिस्पॉन्स होता है। So but this comes with the practice, sir. So I request you, please join us every morning with Sukhdeepak Malwai with the empowering morning conversation, say 7 a.m. Indian time, and with the time spending with Sukhdeepak sir.
Thank you,
and
Shahidi.
all
Actually, thank you, Shahidi. I find a very simple way. First is don't react, but respond.
respond.
And give time. Give a little bit of pause.
Correct.
And then think over others also as human being or as you like you. I think you have given us a very simple way of looking at it, but practice is required. I agree.
Practice.
I can say it is simple, but while doing practice, it may take some time more. Thank you so much, Shahidi.
Thank you, sir. Let's listen more from Shakti ji and Pooja ji also for the same question. Shakti ji, please go ahead.
Yeah, adding to this, Subhash ji, from Access, we have learned another tool. It's called the crazy statement. When somebody is behaving not the way you expect, you can tell the crazy statement. The statement is, everything is the opposite of what it appears to be. Nothing is the opposite of what it appears to be. You no need to say it loudly. Internally, you say to yourself a few times. Immediately, you will get a calmness. Then you won't react it. You will respond. Before you're responding, you can tell that same like interesting point of view. You have this point of view. Yeah, you can use this tool. It's very powerful. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakti ji. Let's listen from Pooja. She wanted to say something.
Sir, in landmark education, we have been demonstrated like कि let's say आपके father ने आपको चाटा लगाया. Does that mean your father doesn't love you? So the meaning we make, the situation happen, things happen in our world, but what meaning we are making out of it, that is our point of view. Maybe somebody is in a bad mood or he or she is dealing with something. We exactly don't know what that person is going through. And if in that particular situation, the person really ignored us or behaved in a very indifferent manner, so we make a story out of it. So once we need to check with ourselves what all stories we have made. We can write it also, and we can shift also. I mean, what kind of thoughts, opinion we have about others or about particular situation. So is it all the time that is happening, or we really made a strong point of view about that, right? So they say that if you look in camera, you just see आपके father ने आपको चाटा लगाया, but वहाँ ये कहाँ है कि मेरे पापा मुझसे प्यार नहीं करते हैं, right? So we can train ourselves, one thing. Second thing, I found the communication gap is biggest issues. because I mean, in family, there are families where there is no communication, people are silent. So kids suffer, and there are a lot many misunderstanding happen, and also with couples also. So maybe you are not reacting at that particular point of time, but आपको यदि कुछ बुरा लगा है या आपको कोई बात हर्ट हुई है, तो आप उसे होल्ड करके रखेंगे, तो आप उसी एनर्जी से नेक्स्ट टाइम मिलेंगे उस इंसान से. And if you keep on holding things for a longer period of time, then your body become like pain body. Because when you born, you were very clean and clear. There is so many possibilities. You are vibrant with energy. But you more if you are suppressing your feelings and emotion, and you become like Bhagwan in your family, and you just keep on holding and keep on smiling and doing everything. So at the end of the day, you will become totally frustrated. Maybe you will invite some health issues also. So it's really, really required whenever something happen, if not that particular point of time, but when the things are normal, you sit with your partner or whosoever the concerned person is, at least have this thing that we will convey, we will communicate. So the communication, if you are able to convey your expectation, ki, okay, this is what I expected or this is what I meant. So the communication itself solves so many issues. And if the communication is not happening and the person is angry, so you need to understand the person might be having something in their heart or dealing with something. That's why they are angry. And the love is the antidote to that. You never know about, so we assume, we see situation, we see the reaction and we assume, and we also got hurt. But in so many scenarios I have seen, whenever I am open, I am just inviting people or taking initiative to resolve that particular thing, it happened. And for few things, we also need to see that what is in my control. We can't control each and every one, because few peoples are the way they are not, we need to accept also. So I'm also working on this. The acceptance won't come to me easily, especially with very close people. But if years and years you invested there and the things are not shifting, so you need to focus your energy within yourself. Don't drain your energy with something which is not in your control. That's what I wanted to say. And definitely the meditation and the exercise and the access consciousness techniques, it all helps, but it's a constant practice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja. And I'm sure that Subhash ji might have got some answers. So I request you, sir, please keep on coming every morning. And then
Enough food for thought. Enough food for thought. Enough thought for food.
Thank you, sir. And now
Very good, very good.
We are coming close to today's session, Empowering Morning Conversations with Sukdeepak Malwai every morning. If you're watching this on YouTube, please press the subscribe button, and please do share with your friends, your colleagues, your family members, and let others also join this powerful conversation, because here every morning we create the lives. And as the Sukdeepak Malwai mantra is that we stop blaming and start living the real life. And we all want our life with full of ease, joy, and glory. So we practice here, and we learn the tools, and we ensure that we live our life with complete ease, joy, and glory. And just to close the session, before that, at the end, I'll invite Vetri to summarize today's discussion and takeaways. But very beautifully, as Ratanji explained, my takeaway of today's Empowering Morning Conversation is that everything happens in the material world where we live as energy being is essentially a kind of wave, because we all are energy beings. Everything is energy. So everything is like kind of waves. So if we are a good sailor, then every wave is a possibility. And if we live our life with that mindset, then all of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. So with that,
I'm remembering when Deepak sir was demonstrating, like if somebody is saying something, you can really be peaceful, and you can repeat in your mind, quack, 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 quack. What's happening? If there is some different person. And in NLP, we use that technique. Let's say my boss is very difficult boss for everyone, right? So my boss is really scolding me, for example, or he has bad tempered. So he really talk in that particular manner, and I'm not liking the tone. So I'm making his image like a clown, or maybe I can dress him like a lady in sari, and it's a long chutia. So I made a funny picture of my boss, and now he is saying what he is saying. So it will not having much impact on me. So you can you can use this technique also.
That's an interesting point of view. Okay, so before we close, anyone else? Nitiji, we didn't hear from you. Any thought? Ashok ji, Jigar Soni ji, Arvind Seth, Priya, Sanjay, Hasina ji, Samina ji. If not, I'll request Ratan ji to conclude today's session, sir. Takeaways for all of us and your final thoughts on how can we create ease in our life. Ratan ji. You can unmute yourself, sir. You can unmute, sir.
Okay, I posted on the chat my mantra, we are taught, I'm money, I'm creative and all that. And I believe, I repeat to myself, I'm whole, perfect and complete. So that's my mantra.
Fine. And when we have this mindset, then at every moment we can create ease and let the life comes in whatsoever way, bad, good, ugly, and everything is acceptable. And that's how we can live our life with complete ease, joy, and glory. So with this, myself, Kannan Shahidi, signing it off today's Empowering Morning Conversation. And thank you for NLP technique. And we'll be meeting again tomorrow with Sukhdeepak Malwai with another Empowering Morning Conversation, 7 a.m. India.
आप सर शायरी भी नहीं करोगे क्या सर? शायरी नहीं है तो आप क्या शायरी भी नहीं करोगे? शायरी तो करो सर.
शायरी.
हाँ जी.
हाँ. ओके, तो शायरी अर्ज क्या है कि मुस्कुराकर देखो तो सारा जहां रंगीन है और हसीन है. मुस्कुराकर देखो तो सारा जहां रंगीन और हसीन है, वरना भीगी पलकों से तो आईना भी धुंधला नजर आता है. So the meaning is that we have to keep on smiling, and if we are in that mindset, we feel everything is wonderful. But when we are crying, भीगी पलकें जो होती हैं, उससे आईना भी धुंधला नजर आता है. So we have to ensure that we keep on smiling all the time. Is this okay, Abhinav ji?
Great, sir.
एक और सुन लीजिए, चलिए कि फूलों का खेल है, कभी पत्थरों का खेल है, इंसान की जिंदगी तो मुकद्दर का खेल है. So have a nice day, take care, stay safe, stay blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Priya ji, take care, bye bye.
Thank you, Punen ji.
We will stop with this recording.